So hello and welcome to the West Business Development Center. I'm Jade Aldrich and I'll be your webinar host today. Really happy to be here. Next slide, please. We are a nonprofit funded by the Small Business Administration. We are both a women's business center and a small business development center for Mendocino and Lake County. Next slide, please. We do provide free one-on-one counseling for webinars, loan packages, and advising to small business owners and entrepreneurs at every stage of business development. And our pool of expert advisors cover almost every area from permitting to HR and e-commerce. So if you would like to learn more about becoming a West client, please do visit our website or give our office a call. Next slide, please. And this is our disclaimer. So please do feel free to read this important information in detail, and you can visit our website for that. So to kick things off, I'm really excited to welcome today our instructor for the ABCs of LinkedIn, Lonnie Lott. Welcome, Lonnie. So nice to have you here today.
Thank you so much and welcome everybody. It is such a pleasure to be here, like the second day of fall. I don't know, it feels like Indian summer out there to me, but it's great. And I'm so excited to be presenting about LinkedIn. This is the ABC, so it's going to be kind of not next level, but we'll probably learn quite a bit of information. I'm going to show how to really enhance your personal profile, because that is a key part of LinkedIn, is really shining up your experience and your areas of expertise, and then moving over on how to create a company page. If that is something you haven't already done for your business, or you have one and you're just not quite sure how to really grow it and get that following of network going for your company. So I'm your instructor. I am the president of LL Consulting. I've had my own consulting practice for about 25 years, and I have had the opportunity to work with SBDC, Small Business Development Center Network, for about 20 plus years across Northern California, and honored to be today with the West Center. That is my sidekick, Charlie. I am just letting you know that Charlie likes to chime in. He has his own personal profile on LinkedIn, and he wants to make sure when I'm presenting this that everybody knows that, and sometimes he likes to chime in. So you may hear him, but most of the time I have him on mute, but every once in a while he speaks up. So that's Charlie. And what are we going to cover today? We're going to talk briefly about the benefits of LinkedIn. Many people think that LinkedIn is just about searching for a new job or expanding your career, or if you're a company looking for that key personnel to just take your company to the next level. It is that, and that's what it first was branded as, but over time it's become so much more. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, how to optimize your profile, how to look at all of the areas, and just kind of maybe for some of you it might be a refresher, for others it might be something, I didn't know about that, or I forgot where that was located. And then showing you where to create a company page, and then what are some of the features of the company page. And then we're going to have time hopefully we'll have time for some questions and answers. I have my phone on, so I know when I get my timer that I'm getting close, so I can make sure I respect everybody's time. Okay, so benefits of LinkedIn. This on the left-hand side, I always try to use images in my PowerPoints of reflective of the communities or the organization and cities and towns that I'm presenting in. And so, of course, West Business Development Center has a beautiful LinkedIn page, and I would encourage all of you who are on LinkedIn to go in there and follow their company page, and then that way you can stay abreast of what they're posting and things that are coming up in their organization with future webinars and training opportunities, and then also if there are any funding opportunities that may be offered. So LinkedIn is the largest business-oriented networking website. Often we reflect to it as the B2B network, business to business network, because it is highly professional. A lot of individuals are on there that represent companies, own companies. This is kind of a place where you can reach out to your current colleagues, past colleagues, stay engaged. Like for myself, with 25 years in the field of economic development, I have tromped around a lot of states and met a lot of great practitioners, colleagues, and they've all moved around through the years. So LinkedIn to me has helped me stay connected with them in my network, right? So it's kind of like that social media directory where you can stay in contact. And then if you are maybe going to that area, working in that area again, you could reach out to them, ask them for some referral, or just say hi. I know during the pandemic, it was one of the main ways that most of us were really kind of networking because we couldn't be in person. So we set up some maybe Zoom meetings with our colleagues, and we found them on LinkedIn. So you can search, of course, it has over 500 million members in 200 countries, highly global. And one of the key, like I mentioned before, one of the key benefits is that you can search it through a robust job board. So if you're one of those professionals, individuals out there that may be wanting to go, change careers or look for additional careers, then you can search the job board and even apply to jobs. Search jobs by keywords and location. Even if you're not actively seeking new employment, you can seek job alerts. You can set job alerts based on your career interest to regularly receive email updates and stay in the loop. So that's kind of an interesting feature. And sometimes it's great. I tell companies, when I'm doing business planning for companies and businesses, I always recommend that they look and do some research on the competition. So you might want to see if your competition has a LinkedIn company page, and then you could follow them and you can kind of see where they're at, what they're doing, what products they're maybe offering, so you don't duplicate, see what kind of trends they're talking about. And it just kind of gives you that little edge to know where you fit in the marketplace. And then often our competitors become our partners often in certain positions or certain type of situations, or they're even our colleagues. So the LinkedIn, and people are always saying, well, do I have to pay for LinkedIn? Actually, the basic LinkedIn is at no cost, just like all the other social media platforms. You can have a profile at no cost. You can have a company page at no cost. You can really use all of the features. Where the fees may come in, or your investment in LinkedIn, are two areas. First of all, you can pay for their LinkedIn's premium account. And typically the premium account is really if you're wanting to use it and go deeper in a job search or a personnel search. And you can access even more information about job openings. You can send direct messages to recruiters, see how you compare to other applicants via insights, and even gain instant access to salary insights. So it's about $30 a month. And I would not recommend that you pay for that unless you are really wanting to look deeper into that feature of LinkedIn. And when you go and onto LinkedIn, you can pull up the premium and it'll give you all of the bells and whistles that comes with that $30 a month. Of course, the other way that you can invest in LinkedIn is if you have a company page. They offer, of course, advertising options, just like all of the other social media platforms. And you can advertise and pop it up into the news feed. You can have it pop up in the messaging. You can have it pop up across the top. So there's lots of different features, and many companies do use that advertising option in LinkedIn, especially if you're business to business. Anyways, those are the two type of investments that you can pay for in LinkedIn. But we're not going to talk about those today. We're going to talk about all the free things that are available. So then the other benefit is, of course, you can build your professional brand, you as an individual. We're calling that a professional brand. There's a place there really to highlight your work experience. You can put in your email. You can link your experience, your skill, you can get endorsements. You put up your volunteer, where you volunteer, and you can just go dive deep into really building this professional brand as you as an individual. Then you can have a company page. And of course, then you can build your company brand and use your company page to really build and reach your target market. Contacts. You can keep all your contacts in one place called networks, and those contacts are usually pretty up to date. Most individuals that are on LinkedIn keep their contacts up to date with their emails and often their phone numbers and information. And of course, LinkedIn has the private direct messaging options. You can direct message any of your networks and say, hey, I'm just wanting to wonder if you could connect. What are you doing next week? I'd love to Zoom with you, or I'd love to have a video chat and just see what's going on. Are you still with that company? And that's all private, direct messaging. And then the network, outreach, communication. You can follow other companies. You can join LinkedIn groups, lots of groups. So it has a wealth of networking and those type of opportunities. So that's the benefits. If you've been on LinkedIn, you kind of know what some of those benefits are. My older daughter, she doesn't have a LinkedIn. She used to, and she doesn't. But my 25-year-old, who's just starting her career, she has a really pretty robust LinkedIn profile, as well as my stepson. So, the age that they're coming into their work and they're wanting to really build that professional brand. And then I say for folks that are on the other end of their career, you may want to maintain that so you don't lose connection with all of your colleagues. But then also, if you're starting to want to maybe try a new career, or you're switching into more volunteerism, I encourage folks to do LinkedIn and keep it current so that you can build your skill set, follow groups that you're interested in, and kind of just keep that activity going. So you're going to get a copy of this recording as well as the PowerPoint. And I just want to show you that these are the things I'm going to be navigating my back end of my LinkedIn profile and company page. And so these are listed here. So you're going to get this back with my note pages. So you will be able to follow along as I'm navigating and jumping around the LinkedIn. So right now I'm going to escape from my PowerPoint. I'm just going to minimize it. I always like to tell people what I'm doing, because nothing drives me crazier than somebody flipping around the internet and you're like, what is she doing? Where is she going? Okay, so I have already pulled up my LinkedIn profile. I know this is my profile because there's my little smiling face, right? Up here, that's me. That tells me I am on my personal profile. My company is listed over here on the left-hand side, about halfway down. You'll see LL Consulting. That's my company page. So I know that I am right currently, because here I am again, is I'm on my personal profile. So when you come to your back end of your LinkedIn, because I've already logged in, right? You will see this little home button up on the top. So when you're home, this is what you're looking at. What's down the center is your home newsfeed. These are what people are that you follow, companies that you follow, people that you are connected with. This is where things will pop up. This is what you kind of want to pay attention to. I don't know. Some people go on their LinkedIn. If you're a really robust LinkedIn user, you'll go on there as probably as much as you go on your Facebook page or your Facebook profile. So you probably want to come at least a couple times a week and kind of search through there and dig in and see what is going on. If you have a lot of followers, things are going to drop in there, a lot they're going to drop in a lot every day. So you don't want to forget about that. And then one day go, oh my gosh, it's been 6 months and I looked at my news feed, because you're going to have a long time going, right? So here we are. And somebody just posted a new post. So let me look here, see what it says, and we'll just hit new post. So this is a person. She's posted this. I don't know who she is. I know who Nina is. She's one of my first, if I hover on her name, she is one of my first networks, right? My first layer. And this is one of her second networks. So Nina has posted and said, she has shared this about Amber. And because she wanted to share it in the newsfeed, and she probably worked with Amber. So this right here is our newsfeed. And up here on the very top would be where I, as Lonnie Lott, my personal profile, would want to start a post. This is where you would post. So we'll get back to that in a minute. So you just can kind of look down here, see if there's anything you liked. I just started following. As you can see, this is a company page, so I'm following it. I'm not connected with it. And if there was something I wanted to share, I would share that. So you can just kind of go down and then see who's posting. Now, see, he is in my network. So it says message him. I'm not going to message him. So this is where your newsfeed is. So it's always right down the center. And that's, you always want to go to your home to get back to your news, your homepage, and see your news feed. On the left-hand side, of course, this is about me. And there is my little elevator speech, my little caption about who I am. Who's viewed my profile are 8 folks, and views of my post have been 35. So this is just a little bit about me. This is what people would see if they hovered over my name, right? Over on this side, on the right-hand side, this is kind of everything about LinkedIn. This is LinkedIn news. You may want to, kind of dig in there. And these are, of course, some pretty big for Google. It's hard. I don't know. These are just things that LinkedIn has put there that is probably of interest from who I'm following or the groups that I belong to. They somehow have figured out that maybe these are the things that I'm interested in. Then they also put in some today's top courses. And if you hit that little I, it always tells you what it is. I love that about LinkedIn. They make it very easy to understand what everything is. And then you can look at more learning. And then these are promoted, right? And we know what promoted means. That means these are paid. These are paid ads. And these are being, so you can see the different options. And these are some paid ads. And so it's, connect to ideas, join a CEO group today, as well as down in my news feed, anything that says promoted here is also a paid ad that's being dropped in the news feed. And this was shared. This is just, she's one of my connections, and she is following United Healthcare. So it popped into my news feed. All right, so let's talk about building out your profile. So over here under the me, I'm sure everybody else has a little mini me sitting up there. You just want to click on that, and then you're going to see all of those things that I bulleted about me, and then view profile, okay? And that's going to take you to this area. Now, this is the back end. This is where we're editing. And anytime you see a little pencil, that means you can edit that area, right? So the first thing you want to make sure is you have a nice professional photo there. I'm probably overdue a little bit. My hair is no longer brownish. It's more grayish. I blame it on, 2020 and deciding not to diet anymore, but that's okay. That's for another day. So I probably need to update that. But this would be where you want to have a professional profile. And that should typically be yourself, because this is all about you. This is your personal profile. This is not my company page. And then back here is a banner, right? You can change out this banner as often as you want. Your profile picture should stay the same unless you're having a new photo taken or a new photo, more current photo. This banner you can change out at any time. This I created on Canva with one of their free designs, and then I typed my name right there in the laptop, so it looks like that's my desk. Kind of looks like my desk on a good day. And then you can change it. You can delete it. And if you change it, you have to upload it from your mobile if you're using mobile for LinkedIn or on your desktop. If you don't, and a lot of people, I don't know, they seem to be using it more and more. People are understanding. If you see one that's just blue with stars, or it's just that means that they haven't uploaded their banner. So I would encourage you to do that. I do not change mine out that often. When I start traveling again, I may take pictures of where I'm working and have some beautiful photos of it. But I'm keeping this much more less about that and more about just looking like, I'm working at my desktop. Okay, so then let's hit this little pin right here. And this takes us down to this little short area that is going to show up. This part right here is going to show up when we edit here. So, of course, first name, last name. This is what you need when you start your own LinkedIn. I don't use pronouns. It's just not what I am about, but you can add those and you can select them if you want to, or you can do a custom one. And then this is your headliner. And your headliner, let's see if I have how many, I forget how many characters you have. Not a lot, because as you can see, it's, I think, 150 or something like that. So I have seen some really creative ways. I've seen it, I did mine with little asterisks. I've seen it with little emojis. I've seen it with done, all really creatively. So whatever way you want to make your headliner, your little short description of who you are, what you're about, and that's where you would want to put that. And you can change that. I've changed mine a few times. It doesn't drop into the news feed. It doesn't let people know you're messing with your profile. So you can change it if you're like, oh my gosh, I just don't like that anymore. It doesn't sound snazzy enough, or gosh, it sounds too dry, or I need to spice it up, or I need to take it down, whatever. Then your current position, and of course, I'm the president of LL Consulting. President at LL Consulting. I guess I have it in there twice. I'm not going to add a new position. This is show my current company in my intro. Let's see, I'm not going to, I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, then we have education, right? So added Sierra College. That is my education. Show education. I have two of them. I should have Sac State there. We'll see what happened to it. I just changed this up a little bit the other day. Then I have United States as my region, locations in the area, and then you can change your industry. There's a lot of different choices there. I have right now currently nonprofit organizational management, because that's what my consulting business is about. They don't have economic development up here, but that's okay. So you have one choice there, and then you have your contact information. So then if I want to change all of my contact information, which doesn't show on your forward little intro, it shows after people link on the area. So you do not have to fill this all out if you do not want to. I would encourage you to fill out as much as you can so that people can connect with you, that they know how to find you on your different apps, and things like that. So here's my website. It's my company website. I added my URL for my Facebook page. And then you can add another URL if you want to put your Twitter handle there, if you want to put your Pinterest, whatever it is, you can add it, and then they'll all be, you can connect to them. I do have my phone number. I have my address. You do not have to put the address there. And then, of course, I've got my email. I did not add instant messenger. And then it has my birth date. And, I was thinking, okay, well, why do they want your birth date? Well, when your birthday pops around once a year, which mine is coming around near Thanksgiving, it will pop into the newsfeed, into your network's newsfeed, and it says, Lonnie, wish Lonnie Lott a happy birthday. And you'd be amazed. Folks wish you a happy birthday. So let's go ahead and save all that. Okay. I'm just updating, I'm just refreshing it here so we can see it. I do not know why my colleges are not showing up. That's kind of bugging me. But anyways, I'll figure that out. And then, so the more. So here is the contact information. And this is what people will see when they link on that. So that's all your about you. And then the add section. So if you wanted to add more about you, okay, they're saying that looks good, featured. So post, articles, links, media, background, my work experience. If I link on any of these, it's going to take me right to that area to be able to build that out. I do not need to add more experience at this point. These are add sections. Remember that. This is add sections. So as we go down my profile, some of this is like private to me. So, they're just giving me some insight, how the social media is left to do it. Okay. So here is the about. This is where it's about you. Okay. Remember that. It's about you, not about your company as much as about you. But because I am the president of my own company, I include about me and my company. So we can, you have a lot more, you have 2,600 characters to write about you. And of course, I'm writing in the first person. I'm the president of LL Consulting, founded in 2000, where she advises on downtown development, economic revitalization. I probably have to push that to I, right? See, this is why I'm doing this class, so I can update my own about. So you just want to kind of talk about that, about you. Some people give a long history of how they got into their field, what they're doing. So it's about you. And then this is followers. I had some activity there. I commented on someone. This is the experience. This is like your resume, right? So we're starting with the most current, and each one is its separate block. So again, you have to kind of think about this and how much you want to put on there. I kind of cut it off. I didn't go into past a certain time outside of I think, I forget the year, but I just put mostly my experience in my field. I did not put when I worked at the bank. I didn't put in my first high school job. It's not that kind of a deep resume. It's more of current, what gives me credibility in my field, in my professional persona. So I put your title, you can select the type of employment it was. My company name. I have offices in Arizona and California. The date that it started, it hasn't ended. Maybe someday I might retire. My headliner, nonprofit management is my industry. The description here, you have a little description about the company you're working for. You can add media to it, and then I'm going to save that. And then the next one, senior consultant. Now, Burns Consulting, unfortunately, is not on LinkedIn. This company no longer exists. He sold it and it changed names. So that's why it has this little filler here for the icon. If they're on LinkedIn, like LL Consulting has a company page, then that pops up there. Like the executive director for when I was in Grass Valley, they have a LinkedIn page, so their little icon pops up. If they are not on there, they don't have. Let me just put full time. They're not. They won't pop up, and you'll get this little place saver that LinkedIn uses. Okay, so here's my education. I don't know what happened to my university. So I'm thinking, how did that happen? So I need to, I need to add another one, and that just dropped off. I don't know what happened to my California State University. So I am going to have to fill this out. So you just put everything in there. The Bachelor of Science. Let's see, where is that Bachelor of Science? And then the years, and I'll fill this out at another time. My activities, my description, my degrees in public administration. So I would fill that out, and then I'm going to save it. And there we go. So I just added Sierra College because I thought, well, I do have a AA from there, but I didn't realize that the other one dropped off. So this is good that I'm looking through this. Now, volunteer experience. This is an area that I just added on. It's great. You go in there, you add, we'll just do this one. And if you're volunteering for Red Cross, United Way, for your own company's nonprofit, these are two businesses that this is the two nonprofits that I volunteer my time with. I used to work for them back in the day, but now I'm a volunteer. So I added this on just to kind of show that I'm giving back to the community, right? You do not have to do that, but this is a great area. And volunteer experience, I never really noticed that it was on there until about a year ago, so it might have been there. Now, these are our skills, right? These are all the skills that I said I have. So this is the honor system, right? You add a skill. So you can add... So these are my top skills. I can reorder them. Reorder your skills. You have 3 top skills. So my 3 top skills are strategic planning, economic development, and community outreach. If I wanted to change that, I would just bring this one up and put it right there. Didn't go all the way up. Or maybe I've got to bring it down, huh? Well, there you go. How do you do this I ask. I just love it when I demonstrate and it never works. Well, we'll just figure that out another time. So these are all of my industry knowledge, then my interpersonal skills. You adjust the settings right here. So those are, you can add a new skill. They have a whole list of them. And people really do look at these. And then these folks up here have endorsed my skills of strategic planning. He's been endorsed, and Tom Hudson endorsed my skill as economic development. And then I've endorsed them too. So it's kind of a go back and forth, right? I'm just going to want to see how we add a new skill here. Maybe I've added all the skills that there are. That's super.
I have a quick general question from Susan for you.
Sure.
Awesome. What primarily do people look for on LinkedIn? Is it people looking for work? Mostly you said B2B. How is it B2B?
B2B would be looking at, first of all, if I was like a salesperson for a certain software company and I was looking for businesses that might use my services. And so I would go and maybe I would look at company pages, or I use my network for referrals or introductions. So if I am let's say I'm doing a proposal for South Lake Tahoe to help them with their business improvement district. And I know the past colleague that used to work there. So I would reach out to him and say, hey, Gene, could you do an email introduction to the new economic development person at South Lake Tahoe, so I can just introduce myself, let them know that I'll be in the area, that I'm very interested in finding out how the business improvement district is doing. So that kind of networking. A lot of people use it for jobs. However, you use it to connect with past colleagues. And then if you are looking at wanting to get through the gatekeeper, right? If you find the CEO of a company, you can ask to connect with them and then say, hey, I would just really love to talk to you about this new product we have. Who's the right person to connect with? So you can do it that way too. So think about how you network when you're just face-to-face, or you're going to a chamber meeting and you have your business cards, almost the same way, but we're doing it virtually. Hopefully that answers her question. Then recommendations, you can ask for a recommendation, send it, and recommendation goes to your network. You just send it to the person that you want to ask and then say, could you recommend me? I would like a recommendation to put on my LinkedIn. And then you can also shows which ones I received and which ones I gave. And then when you, like this person, Rosalind Boxer, was very high up in Arizona State Department of Economic Development. And she goes, well, what do you want me to say? I said, oh, well, how we work together. Well, I don't know what to say. Write something for me. So sometimes they need you to write your recommendation. Most of the time people will just write it from, how they worked with you and the area that you're needing, that recommendation. But those are very key. Your accomplishments. You can add accomplishments here. Did you do a publication? Do you have a new patent? Are you offering a course? Did you get an honor or an award? What causes are you involved in? And so I put an organization because I am working with that company. And I received an award from them. So I have the organization there. They do not have a LinkedIn. If you have a LinkedIn and you hover over it, like here for Shasta College, then that's going to take you to their company page. This Arizona Heritage Alliance does not have a LinkedIn, so it's not highlighted, so it won't link anywhere. These are interests. Now, interests are companies that I'm following, and then we can look at the groups that I belong to. I have joined, and then we can look at the schools that I'm following. So I'm following, yeah, let's just follow them. And I'm following Shasta College. So under your interest, what it's showing right here are the page companies that I'm following, right? These are companies that I'm following because they're in my industry. I want to know what what trends are happening, what they're posting, so I can then comment on it or see if there's opportunities or share it with my company page and talk about it, that this is of really great value because I'm thinking my followers of my company page may be interested in this, and or my personal network, because a lot of my personal network are folks that I've worked with that are colleagues of mine in my professional work world. My family, the only one that's on there is my one daughter. My mom doesn't have a LinkedIn page, or my sisters. I don't know what's wrong with them. But anyway, so the interest right here, and when you say see all, it takes you to this place up here where you can then see what groups you are part of, and you can then directly link on there and join your group and see what's going on in your group. And that's the profile. So, any questions on the personal profile? Okay. One area that I want to make sure that I tell you about is your public profile and URL. Now, just like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you can create your own personalized URL for your profile. And this is, here is mine. And it shows www, like if you wanted to put that on your YouTube channel or put it on and put the icon, put your LinkedIn icon and connect it on your own website. This is the URL you put in there so that when people click on the icon on your website or your Facebook page, it shows you're in LinkedIn. This is what you want to put up there. You want to personalize it. So it's not a whole bunch of long letters, right? And then that's where they'll link on that. And then it comes over to your LinkedIn page. And so you just have to type in there. And for me, my name was available because there's not a lot of Lonnies out there. So I had to put the hyphen in there just to make it so you can see that it was it can't use spaces. So there's Lonnie Lott. That's my name, right? So there's that. Is that good? Okay. Let's go ahead. So I'm going to go back up to my LinkedIn. Let me just go back here. So here's about me, right? This is all about me. I was on view profile. And then remember, if we want to go back to our news feed, we come link on the home. There's our news feed again. And look, we've already had quite a bit of stuff drop into the news feed. Now, let's switch gears and let's think about, make sure I got everything on this other side. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you how to search first, because just search on your profile. So up here in the search box, right? So what are we going to search for? Well, there's a lot of things you can search for. So let's think about, I'm just going to show you generically how to start searching. So you can search for people that would be in your network, but I want to say, let's look at marketing. So then it drops down. Do you want marketing in jobs, marketing in services, marketing in people? Do you want specific job titles? I'm just going to hit all results, because I want to show you up here all of these little bubbles underneath my search of marketing. So the first thing that pops up are people. And these might be people that are in marketing, people that have shared I know this person, I know Jim. So these are people that are second generation of Jim. So I could connect with them. So the people is the one bubble that usually pops up first. Then there's services. So if I move down, you're going to see services. Okay, so Karen, I know if I wanted to connect with her, I already am. So we can message her. These are people that I'm already connected with because they say first right there. But if I wanted to see what other services were in there and we just kept going down and down, then we just keep going around and around. And these are all people that are in the service of marketing. Service categories, locations, connections. Now, this is like a rabbit hole. And then let's go back one more. Companies, these are companies that have marketing in their title. So these are companies. We'd follow these companies if any of these were of interest to you. Then you can go into the locations. You want to just see ones that are in North America, then you would click on there. Industry, do you want marketing and advertising? Do you want marketing companies in higher education? Company size, you can do it by that. So then you can, narrow down your search. So you can go look there for companies that have marketing in their title. These are jobs in marketing. And yeah. So here you go. So we could just go through there, and like the individual that had the question, this would be if you were looking for a job in marketing, and then you can filter it: date posted, experience, company, type. They're so great about their search engine or their search features. Then events, if there's events about marketing, you just go down there. No filters for events. And then groups. I often suggest that my clients look in LinkedIn and try to find a group that resonates, 1 or 2 or 3 groups that resonates with their profession, with their industry, and with their maybe their business might benefit from. Because you want to network, you want to kind of join that group and see what people are posting, and then sometimes, often, not all the time, but there'd be an opportunity to promote your business, promote your company. So you just would look at, and these are all, marketing. So the key thing I wanted to have you take away is that there's all of these various areas that have marketing in them. And these are posts, right? So now what it's doing is showing me posts that had marketing in it. And again, you could just spend hours and hours going there. So you probably want to be really fine-tuned when you're thinking about your search. Do you want to, this is, of course, these are jobs. You can see all results. And then it's just going to show you everything. And then you figure out what filters you want to put in there. Okay. Let me go back to my home. Home is always where I go back. My network, finally. My network are my people that I'm connected to. Okay, these are my colleagues, the people that are like in personal page on Facebook, your personal profile, your friends. These are my professional network. And I have 165 in my connection. And then they give you invitations. People often will just send out an invitation randomly. Maybe they're searching, maybe they attended a course that I gave, or they're just searching and then they found out and my name pops up, or they're just looking at one of my posts. And so when you say, look at these invitations, you really want to see if you know this person. I do not know this person, so I'm going to ignore that one. No, I'm not interested in that. And no, I'm not interested in that. So then we come down to people that I might know from California State University. And no, don't know any of them. People in my greater Phoenix area, because remember, my location is, my business is in, and my offices are in Phoenix. So they're going, okay, well, I don't really, I know Kathy, because she is a friend of mine. She's a realtor. I know her from another interest. So if I want to connect with her, it's going to send an invitation to her. And is just going to send it and said, Lonnie would like to connect with you, and she accepts it or not. So if you want to, let's see, I'm going to try to think, Emily. I always try to find somebody I know. Oh my, we're just running out of time. Anyways, there she is. That's probably my, no. That might be my stepdaughter, but I don't know. So if I wanted to connect with her, this would be, you can customize this invitation and you can add a note. And I always recommend, if you're searching for someone and they're not in that list of, you might know these people, and you're searching and you want to send a note to them. This would be also like if someone referred this person to you. My friend or my colleague, Joe, suggested I connect with you, that we might have some synergy in a project I'm working on. I'm looking for someone to assist and be a team member. And he said, you have interest in this area or something along that line. So you can add a personal note, and then it just personalizes it. And it's a best practice. All right. That's your personal profile. So now let's say, okay, I want to start a company page. You come over here under work, and you're going to come all the way to the end, and it's going to be create a company page. And you're going to click right there, and here you see your options. It's a small business or organization. Medium, a showcase page is if you already have a page and you want to add a second page. So this would be like Nike. They have 20 showcase pages because they have Nike shoes, Nike clothes, Nike this and that. And so it would be if you had some subsidiaries under your company or your educational. So then you just would type in the name of the company. And it's giving me my company URL. I'm going to add a website, but not today. And I am going to call this nonprofit. We'll call it the same, nonprofit management. Well, it's more environmental. Let's see, do we have an environmental one? Yeah, we'll just call it that for now. And then we are a nonprofit, and we have 0 to 1 employee. Okay. You hit the I verify it, and you create the page. Oh, my public URL. Oh, is in use. So it says that this is in use. So let's just do AZ. And so this is how I got to get out of there. Got all my little things in front of me that you can't see that are blocking my. So anyways, that's how you would create the page. I'm not going to waste time right now to show you why I can't get on there because my little private URL is not working. So I am going to show you my company page. And it sits over here. And there we are. So then you start to build out your company page. I created this banner on Canva. I have my logo there, which I have. And then I put in my little elevator speech. It tells me what I'm under and where I'm located. Then you can just edit your page, kind of similar to what the profile was, but this is now about your company. A description of your company, my URL, self-owned, my phone number, and then my specialties, right? I can add a button. If I added a button, a contact us button, leads people to my website, my locations, and you can add up to 3 hashtags. So if you have branded hashtags that you want to have in your feed, because you can search hashtags too. Featured groups, these are groups that I belong to. And then managed languages, right? And then my feed for my company page is right here down the middle. This is what I have posted, not what people are posting. That goes in your personal profile feed. This is what I have posted on my company page. Okay, I know we're out of time, and I am so sorry. Do we have more questions?
So far, we don't. You've done such an amazing job of thoroughly overviewing the LinkedIn. Loved having the live demo. Thank you so much, Lonnie.
You're so welcome. 2 things I want to say before I bring it back to the PowerPoint is on LinkedIn, you can write an article and post it. You can upload a PDF and have it there. And you can also put a PowerPoint presentation on. So with that in itself are valuable because the social platforms of other social media platforms do not allow that kind of professional posting of those type of things. So that's a little interesting.
Absolutely a valuable tidbit of information there. You can post a PDF on LinkedIn now. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, exactly. I know. Don't have to take a JPEG picture of it and let it sit there like it's a nothing.
Really great, Lonnie. So thank you again so much. And thank you everyone for attending and for asking your questions, getting clarification. I'm going to go ahead and launch the poll now for West webinars. And these polls are very valuable. So I thank you in advance for just taking a couple of minutes of your time to simply fill out this information. And what it does is it helps us fund future webinars so that we can bring other great speakers with great topics, just like Lonnie, and gain access to what you're really wanting to see. What are you really wanting to hear from West? So we really want to make sure we continue to deliver these workshops free of charge. As well as I do want to remind everybody while you're answering the questions that if you also would personally like to find out about becoming a client of the West Center, take advantage of this incredible free business advising. You can get started by visiting our website or calling our office. And it is such a great free service. I definitely encourage you to utilize it. And if you did enjoy the webinar, and would like to see more upcoming webinars, I'll go ahead and post in the chat the links for our library so that you can absolutely have access to those. And you can also check out the free webinars that are going to be coming up that we offer. And so how's that poll going for everyone out there? Looking forward to seeing how that comes through. Hopefully it is working. And just really, yay. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Taking that time is so important for us to continue bringing in these incredible presentations with these knowledgeable and just experienced practitioners and instructors like you, Lonnie. We're really grateful to you today. Thank you, everybody, so much for coming to the West Center webinar. And thank you for those of you that are watching the webinar lively recorded from home. We definitely invite you back again to attend more future webinars. And so thanks so much, everyone. Stay safe out there. Have a great day. Thank you again, Lonnie, so much for coming today.